Welcome back. In our last session, we discussed identifying your values and how trying to control or avoid our thoughts and emotions is not really a helpful strategy in reducing our problems. So, what is the alternative? It is about willingness. Willingness is a deliberate choice, a choice in any given moment to take in what life is offering if you don't like it. There is nothing about willingness that is about liking or wanting or approving of. It is simply noticing that in your efforts to not have what life has given you, there can be an ineffective struggle and that life can feel more and more on hold due to your asthma. When we make an active willing choice, we're deciding to say, okay, I didn't plan for this. I don't really like it, and yet I'm willing for it to be just as it is, so that I can get on with my life. In this way of thinking, willingness is not an end itself, but a means to produce more flexible responding. A willingness or acceptance is not something that one can become. We think of it as more of a moment-to-moment choice. If you take moment-to-moment choices and become more willing with each choice, then gradually you'll feel more accepting. This might mean putting up with something or saying, I just have to accept it. Another way of looking at it is to consider the opposite of acceptance, which is avoidance. So what we really mean is that moment-to-moment choice to notice the ways in which we're getting hooked into struggling and ultimately let go of the struggle by saying, I don't like this, but this is how it is. So the next moment you can say to yourself, what are my choices right now? What can I do that will take me more and more in the direction of things I want? In order to understand how willingness or acceptance can be used to cope with asthma, it is important to distinguish between the clean and dirty comfort. Clean comfort relates to having asthma and asthma attacks. Dirty discomfort relates to the negative feelings and thoughts and action connected to asthma that makes you more likely to avoid your asthma. Life has many painful events, and our painful reactions to them are natural and entirely acceptable. It is when we're unwilling to experience these natural reactions, the clean comfort, that we wind up with what we call dirty discomfort. Dirty discomforts are the emotions and pain created by your efforts to control the natural discomfort that we all experience. That is when trying to avoid or control or get rid of clean discomfort. Now a new set of painful feelings, emotions and thoughts appear, and your coping starts to decrease. This dirty discomfort is the unnecessary addition of pain on top of pain or fear of fear. This can result in increased likelihood that you will try to control or avoid negative feelings and thoughts and carry on in a vicious cycle of control and avoidance. But acceptance or willingness is one way to break this negative cycle. It involves moving in the opposite direction toward the pain, towards the emotion, thoughts and feelings that we dislike. So you can think of it like being stuck in quicksand. When we're stuck in quicksand, the immediate impulse is to struggle and fight to get out. But that's exactly what you mustn't do in quicksand, because as you push with one part of your body, it goes deeper. So the more you struggle, the deeper you sink, and the more you struggle. With quicksand, there's only one option for survival. Spread the weight of your body over a large surface area. Lay down. It goes against all our instincts to lay down and really be with the quicksand, but that's exactly what we have to do. So it is with distress. We struggle and fight against it, but we've perhaps never considered just letting it be and being with the distressing thoughts and feelings. But if we did, we'd find that we get through it and survive more effectively than if we'd fought and struggled. One of the ways that helps to cultivate this willingness is by using strategies developed from mindfulness meditation. We use mindfulness as a way of connecting to the here and now, to the present moment, so that we can recognize the moments that we're willing versus being less willing. And by cultivating that awareness that comes from mindfulness, practice will be better served to make choices in the direction of things that we care about. One of the ways that helps to cultivate this willingness is by using strategies developed from mindfulness meditations. We use mindfulness as a way of connecting to the here and now, to the present moment, so that we can recognize the moments that we're willing versus being less willing. And by cultivating that awareness that comes from mindfulness practice, we'll be better served to make choices in the direction of things that we care about. Below this video, you'll find a link to an exercise. This audio exercise will help introduce you to the practice of mindfulness. It's a short exercise, only about 10 minutes. I would encourage you to simply try it out to see if it is something that will help you recognize in a moment-to-moment way what your choices are and what you can do in that moment. It is about seeing the bigger picture from different perspectives. See you soon for the next lesson.